Your attention, please. Could I have your attention, please? First of all, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you all for coming. Again, before I make my comments, I'd just like to acknowledge and welcome some individuals that are here. Certainly, members of our Board of Trustees, Trustee Bart Didden, Trustee Louis Marino, and Trustee Frank Ferrara. I also want to acknowledge our County Executive, of course, George Latimer, our County Legislator, Nancy Barr. Thank you for coming and joining us this afternoon. Lou Russo from our school board. I thought I saw our former mayor here, John McCrory, walking around. I don't know if he stopped or... Oh, there he is. Okay, John. I know John was a neighbor to this street, so right next door, so thank you for coming. But again, it's a great day, and just a couple of comments to start the program. I also want to welcome all the members of the Del Bianco family. Gloria, thank you for coming and being with us. In conjunction with our 150th anniversary celebration, I felt it would be appropriate time for our village to commemorate 3 former prominent village residents. I brought this idea to the Village Board of Trustees, and they unanimously approved my request to honor Luigi Del Bianco, Paul Costa, which we'll be doing on the 20th, and Ed Sullivan on the 27th. Today, this is the first of his celebrations, and I was just watching the news the other day, and I saw that the city of Yonkers honored and did the same thing for Art Carney, who, of course, many of you know from the Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason. So again, they did 1, we're going to do 3. I want to thank a few people that made this possible. Of course, the board, who thought it was something that we should do in conjunction with our 150th committee. Denise Quinn, who's our chairperson, and some other members that are in the audience. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank our Public Works Department. When we brought the idea to them, they put it to work, got the signs, and made this happen. I want to thank Rocco Cambereri, our foreman, who was very helpful to make this happen. I think right now, Lou, what we'd like to do is I want to introduce our county executive, took the time to come down here to make a few comments. County Executive George Latimer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate the thought of me coming down here to Portchester, but I'm here all the time, and it's wonderful to be here for this day. You know, what I thought was really symbolic about today is when you consider what was done at Mount Rushmore, it was an attempt by the United States of America to honor 4 great men who had made a great accomplishment for the land. That Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt wouldn't be forgotten was really what the goal was. It was the goal to try to make sure that we know that and we repeat that in history. That's exactly what the Portchester Village Board is doing here now, to try to remember people who have made a great contribution. Unfortunately, very few of us can ever be Washington or Lincoln or of that magnitude. But what Luigi Del Bianco did in honoring this nation as an immigrant by using his professional skills to carve unbelievable likenesses of these 4 men in the side of a hill. I wouldn't even go up the hill, much less hang down, smell the fumes that he smelled, and somehow, I mean, can you imagine how you get that close and you do this and you do this, and when you step back from here, it looks exactly like Lincoln. What a talent that was. So what we're doing today here, Mr. Mayor, you and your board, is exactly what the United States of America did then. They wanted to honor 4 great Americans. You're honoring 3 great Portchester people. And because Lou Del Bianco has kept this alive by force of personality, by his ability and talent, so are we all here together. And I'll just say one more thing before I hand back the microphone. Those of us who are Christian in our faith know that there are 10 commandments. And one of those commandments is honor thy father and mother. Now this may be a grandfather, not a direct father, but who could say that they honored a relative more than Lou Del Bianco has by making this mission, standing up against anti-prejudice against Italian Americans. Lou, this is in many ways your honoring as it is your grandfather's honor because of the strength of your personality. Congratulations.
Thank you, George. Thank you very much. I'd also would like to call on our county legislator who took the time to be with us today, Nancy Barr. We'd like to make a few comments.
Thank you, Chris. I just want to say, as was said last night at the Columbus Day celebration dinner, none of us like to speak after George Latimer because he always nails it. But I do want to say that it's been really a privilege to be representing Portchester this year for the 150th birthday. There's been so many wonderful events, and I actually did see Lou Del Bianco portraying his grandfather on Historical Day, and it was really, really a treat. So I'm looking forward to being here to watch the unveiling, and just have a great day, everybody. It's wonderful to be in Portchester.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for taking the time to come and be with us. I just want to introduce two other people. The Honorable John Colangelo, who's in the back. John. And all you Del Biancos. There's someone here, I don't even know if you know him, but he's the former chief of police in Mamaroneck, Joseph Del Bianco.
Who's that? Somebody you don't know?
So he might be a long-lost cousin, so catch up with him later. And I want to say right after this ceremony, we definitely going to have some refreshments. You're all welcome to come to our senior center. Please join us, and we can talk about today's events in this ceremony. With that being said, it's been a long journey for the Del Bianco family to get this recognition, and it was spearheaded by Lou. So Lou, please tell us about the journey, and congratulations on the recognition.
Before I begin, I just want to acknowledge that we have a Del Bianco from Italy here with us today. He is literally from Borgo del Bianco, which is a cluster, small village outside of Meduno. Our cousin Lorenzo Del Bianco. Lorenzo, can you just wave so we can all see you? We're so thrilled that you're here today. That's a Del Bianco for sure. When people were finding out about this street dedication, they all said to me, "Oh, Lou, it's so great that you organized this, you made this happen, the street renaming." I said, "Look, you need to know, I have obviously been very active in getting my grandfather recognition, but I had nothing to do with this. Fritz Falanka gave this gift to my family, the trustees, so it's all about the trustees and Fritz Falanka." Thank you, Mayor. I give credit where it's due, I try to. The mayor asked me to give you just a little background on the journey that my family has been on for the past 30 years. I'll try to give you the Reader's Digest version. Luigi Del Bianco came here from Meduno in Italy in 1910. He went to Bari, Vermont first, then went back to Italy to fight in World War I, returned to Bari, Vermont, where Alfonso Scaffa told him about Guts and Borglum. And Alfonso was a Portchester native. We have some Scaffa family here. Thank you, Scaffa, for being here. Her family. And that's when Borglum and Luigi formed this 20-year relationship. And in 1986, my Uncle Caesar, and I'm sure many of you here know the legendary Caesar Del Bianco, he read a book called The Carving of Mount Rushmore by Rex Allen Smith, and Luigi wasn't mentioned once. And that angered my uncle so that he said, "That's like talking about the Yankees and not mentioning DiMaggio." And I thought that was a very apt analogy from my uncle. So my uncle and I, and because of my great love for my grandfather and because I was his namesake and his only grandson, we teamed together and we went to the Library of Congress for many, many visits. And my Uncle Caesar found incredible documentation. Things like Luigi Del Bianco was the only intelligent, efficient stone carver on the work who understands the language of the sculptor. And when we presented these documents to the people of Mount Rushmore in 1991, they said, "Your grandfather was part of a group. He was a worker. We will not single anyone out except for Guts and Borglum." Well, this went on for 25 years. But we never gave up. We persevered. And finally, last year, on September 16th, our family went to Mount Rushmore and a plaque was dedicated to the chief carver of Mount Rushmore, Luigi Del Bianco. Yeah, it pays to hang in there, it really does. But now here we stand today, where the street where my grandfather built a house. I won't get into too much detail. I'm going to leave that to my aunt, who knows much more than I do about that subject. We're here to dedicate the renaming or the additional naming of Clinton Street. But before we get to that, a dear friend of the family who went to school with my Aunt Gloria, who grew up in Washington Park, was so gracious to come here from far away to sing some patriotic songs to kick off this ceremony. Please, everyone, welcome Dr. Reverend Portia Scott.
You could just stand and hold the mic. Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed a real pleasure to be here today. First of all, just to come back to the old neighborhood. I haven't been back here in years, and subsequently to see some friends, some childhood, lifetime friends. This young lady and I went all through school together, and a few other members. We had a great dinner the other night, about 10 of us getting together. We haven't seen each other in 50 plus years. That's telling you just how long we persevered our friendship. But I am so honored to be a part of this festivities today, and they have been monitoring through Gloria Lou's progress in making it happen, and congratulations to the entire Del Bianco family. So if you bear with me, I'm going to try and get through my nasal congestion and do a few patriotic anthems for you today. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. For thee I sing, land where our fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty, above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Oh God, bless America, this land that we love. stand beside her and guide her through the night with your light from above, from the mountains through the prairies to the oceans white with foam. Oh, God bless America, from the sea to shining sea. America, America.
The Reverend Dr. Portia Scott, that was absolutely wonderful. Thank you for coming all this way.
I live in Laurel, Maryland,
She came all the way from Laurel, Maryland,
which is near D.C.
right near D.C. Very patriotic city. Thank you again, Portia.
Thank you.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. The apple of Luigi's eye. Who always used to say, Gloria, you wanna butter me? Of course I say that with affection. This is Gloria Del Bianco, who grew up on Clinton Street and helped her father build his house, from what I remember, yes. Let's give her a round of applause. All the way from California, from LA.
I gotta want a hand to work with, you know? Good morning,
Good morning,
or good afternoon, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Mayor Richard Fritz Malika, and honored guests. I'm Gloria Del Bianco, daughter of Luigi and Nellie Cardarelli. Del Bianco. I can't tell you how good it is to be with all of you today, and my family. On this heartfelt and joyous occasion to honor my father, Luigi Del Bianco, Chief Carver of Mount Rushmore, the shrine of democracy, standing for democracy and freedom for all. Where, adding to the name of Clinton Street, where my immediate family lived, to Luigi Del Bianco Street, or is it Del Bianco Way? Del Bianco Way, thank you, is a momentous occasion appreciated by all Del Biancos and our relatives. It is here in Washington Park, Portchester, New York, that my father, Luigi, and mother, Nellie Cardarelli, chose to live with my brothers, Silvio, Vincent, and Caesar, and myself, just down the street here at 26 Clinton Street, built by my father with his own hands and his friends, his paisans, many, many years ago. My father was introduced to Gutzenborglum, or Gutzenborglum, designer, sculptor of Mount Rushmore, through my mother's sister, husband, Alfonso Sculptor. Uncle Zipek. And worked for Borglum for many years before becoming his chief carver of Mount Rushmore. I personally have so many wonderful memories of Washington Park growing up. Kids I grew up with, still friends till this day, I'm happy to say. I'm honored by that. The shoemaker, Uncle Charlie's, a great hamburger, French fries, and a milkshake. Happy kid. The Cora's grocery store, the now famous Capitol Theater. It wasn't so famous then, but it could have been famous for many things back then. My brother Vincent and cousins Tommy and Millie Scalfa's restaurant, Manly's. My cousin Sam's Salt Pit restaurant. Marinacci's restaurant. United Hospital. Olivia Street School. Corpus Christi Church. Class of 1964 at the greatest high school in this country, Portchester High. Villagers here could not have been born to a better community, rich in education, ethnicities, religions, music, the arts, theater, community leaders, and some of the finest teachers ever. A community of great restaurants, of all foods, best Italian food to be found in any village. There goes the water. It agreed with me, and there ain't any wine in it.
I just had hip surgery. I'm having
Well, what good are you?
I know.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. That's why you needed a left hand. You see, I'm left-handed. A community of great restaurants, foods, and the best Italian food to be found in any village, and it's really the truth. A proud people from a proud village and proud Americans. At this time, I would like to share some memories of my father. He was a man you could see walking Washington Park in his fedora, tipping his hat to all he saw. A man of integrity, dignity, humility, artistic, strong, very handsome, and very funny. When he met President Franklin Delano Roosevelt at one of the unveiling of the presidents at Mount Rushmore, the president asked him, "Are you Italian, Mr. Del Bianco?" And my father, in his Italian accent, said, "Not skipping a beat, 100%. Proud of his heritage, proud. He had his own mortuary business, and he carved over 500 gravestones at St. Mary's Cemetery. On many days, if you happen to be walking down Clinton Street, you might see him in his studio sculpting a bust of President Theodore Roosevelt or Lindbergh. When my father sold his house on Clinton Street due to his work, he suffered from silicosis of the lungs, as many carvers did. He no longer could take care of his home. At that time, he gave away many of his smaller works to many of our neighbors where they reside today. When he moved to 68 Grand Street, home of the Fioris, until my mother and father passed away when I was only 21 years old. He raised his family no matter the challenges he faced from the death of my mother and his father's daughter, Teresa, at only 4 years old from spinal meningitis. My brother Silvio, returning from World War II, a wonderful man who fought in a submarine chaser in the Pacific Theater, only to return from the war with post-traumatic stress disorder, and was also given mustard gas to test the darker-skinned soldiers to use if effective against the enemy. This caused manic depression injuries for my brother for many years, till his passing when only 49 years old from a heart attack. No matter the challenges my father faced after his daughter passed, and there were many, he worked with Mount Rushmore. He worked on Mount Rushmore till his master Gutzon Borglum passed in 1941. It was a privilege granted him, he said, even with all the challenges he faced on the mountain, and there were many. If he were alive today, he would be very honored and touched by your tribute to him. First, the plaque on North Regent Street, sculpted by Michael Karopian, and now this significant occasion. Lastly, I'm sure he would like me to say in front of all of you the persevering and dedicated work his son Cesar Del Bianco, my dear brother, and after his death, passing the torch to my nephew, Luis Del Bianco, with the support of his wife, the magnificent educator Camille Lennon, did for the duration of 25 years, in garnering his rightful place in history as chief carver of Mount Rushmore. The complete story can be read in On a Rushmore Shadow by my nephew Lou Del Bianco, available on Amazon.com.
There you go, Lou.
On Amazon.com, a truly detailed book.
I love you, Auntie.
Oh yeah, a truly detailed book, an excellent, inspiring read of why this recognition took 25 years to accomplish. Videos can be viewed on MountRushmore.com due to the excellent work of producer T. Sean Herbert, producer for CBS News, and executive producer of Unexpected Development, LLC. Also, a Portchester resident. Thank you very much for all you and your crew, your wife, Taryn Grimes Herbert, and son Leon Herbert did to father my father's rightful place in history. The next project we would like to have done on this story is a feature film, episodic series, and or Broadway show. You know, many people know the documentaries that have been done on Mount Rushmore. You see them all the time. However, there are people and stories like my father's that need to be heard. From 1928, the beginning, till Luigi entered in 1933, that make for an inspiring and amazing piece of work. So, whoever's out there, get on the job. My family, my brother Vincent Del Bianco, and his wife, the amazing Angie Bruni, Silvio and Cesar Del Bianco, my brothers, myself and my spouse, Kathy Del Bianco, my niece, Andra, her husband, Larry Dower, and my niece, Nancy, and her husband, Gerald Hudson, and her grandnephew, and my grandnephew, Darren Nonamaker, Linda Del Bianco and her spouse, Mariana Mendoza, Maria Del Bianco, who happens to be a birthday girl today. Happy birthday, I love you. Amy Del Bianco and her significant other, Mr. John Nettles. Luis Del Bianco and his wife, Camille Lennon. Our beautiful angel forever and ever, Valerie Del Bianco. My great niece, Heather, and her husband, Douglas Sheehan, and 2 twin boys, my grandnephews, Mason and Logan, my great niece, Kim, and her husband, John Chamberlain, my grandnephew, Finn. Where are you, Finn?
Right there.
How are you? Oh, he's over there. Hi, Finn, I love ya. He thinks he's driving. Well, yeah, you know. Yeah, that's right, he is. And we all thank you also very, very much. I miss my father very much, and my mother, and my immediate family very much. And I feel their presence here today with all my heart. Being here always brings them closer to me. Thank you. We are all very grateful and thankful to the mayor, Honorable Richard Fritz Valanca, community leaders, and people of Portchester, New York. For this honor, blessings and love to all.
Thank you, Gloria. Some beautiful words about your family and your dad and mom that we did not know. Again, we get to the moment of the unveiling of the sign and the designation. So I guess Gloria, Lou, and can you help your aunt?
I can get up, my legs are fine.
And again, I'd like to remind you, after the ceremony, you're all welcome to 222 Grace Church Street for refreshments. Please join us.
Let's see if they can pull it off. If they get it, then if not, we'll use the ladder.
Pull it?
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready? Ready. Here's to Luigi Del Bianco and Nilly Cardarelli and all my brothers and the people of Portchester, New York. Here it is.
Congratulations to you, Gloria, and the entire Del Bianco family. It's an honor for us to put that sign up.
Wow, looks great.
Thank you. Come on, Maria, Amy, Heather,
Let's go, Del Bianco.
Kim,
Pick it up.
Heather,
Come on, kids.
Kim, Heather,
Amy.
Amy.
Amy, come on. Do you want my child too? Yeah, sure.
Did you hear me?
Heather. Come on, Ed.
Come on, Larry.
Come on, Larry.
Yay, the boys.
Oh, there they are. Up and about.
Hurry up, Larry. Can you look over there?
Where's John?
Larry, John.
You get over here, John. John.
John's taking a picture. Smile at John.
Behind your wife, we'll be able to see you better.
John.
Oh, there's Larry. Come on, Larry.
He's behind you. Where's Maria? Come on, John.
John.
Come on, John.
Who else is missing?
John Latos is
Where's
missing.
Camille?
Come on, John.
And your mother.
Come on, buddy. Camille.
Camille?
Hey, Sean. Can you take a picture for me?
Want me to hold one? Want me to hold one? Hi. Hi. Where's the wolf? Where's the wolf? I'm blocking something.
No, you're blocking.
You can block my belly. It's fine. Come stand in front of me.
You're not going to block me.
Well, that's That's what my problem is. I'm gonna
All
tip
right,
over.
we're smiling at you.
Yay!